Why isn't it start streaming? Okay. So looks like we are live. It's good. Live on YouTube and on Facebook. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the Molokai Oahu race. We're all here for that basically. Mick is doing it on the prone board. I'm doing it on the stand-up, and Eric's doing it on the foil board. So we've got everyone kind of represented here. And I'm gonna make some questions about doing the Molokai race or the history of the Molokai race. Really, you were there for the very first one, right?
Yeah.
And a little bit about your training programs, and then we're going to talk to Eric about foiling and how to pump the foil and so on. And then after that, we're going to open it up to questions from you guys. So, so I'll start with you, Mick. Tell us about the very first Molokai race that you went to.
Yeah, it was 1997, and basically, my friends from the North Shore that I paddled with for all the years before, we come to the Duke race, which was pretty much the World Championship for paddleboarding then. And when I was here in 96, I said, yeah, we should do this paddle, As it went back home, and then my friend Dawson Jones is one of the three guys, Mike Takahashi and Garrett McNamara. They put the race together with Quicksilver, and 97 there was 30 of us, mountainous seas, and actually victory at sea. And we didn't really know what we were doing, but we made it across, and that was the start of probably the greatest paddleboard race that we have right now.
Awesome. And you said you did it every single year since then, except for one time?
Yeah, I did it the first year, and I couldn't make it the second year. But I've once I missed that year, I pretty much made a vow to myself that I'd never miss it again. So it's become part of my life and style, and met many good friends from the Oahu to Hawaii to do the race.
All right, so I hope you guys can hear us. We're on Facebook and on YouTube. I think YouTube might have a better audio connection than Facebook, but let us know if you can hear us. Okay, bring them on camera. Okay, so anyway, so Mick, you've been coaching a lot of people for the Molokai race. So tell us a little bit about your training program and how that works, and what you try to get people to focus on.
Yeah, well, I've been coaching all my life before the Molokai came along, and paddleboarding is my passion. But paddleboarding and stand-up, I've had a lot of success with male, female, in all divisions, winning this race. So it's a long history, and I think it's just experience, of being out there and enduring the 5 or so hours. These guys got it down to 4 hours now on the SUP. But it basically, my training's all about developing your endurance to paddle faster for longer, and I have quite a process that I go about that. But basically it revolves around interval training, and I just try and improve that each year. And this year, especially every year after an Olympic year, is a really good year. A lot more information comes out, and I do a lot of work with kayaking, so I model my training like kayaking, and those guys only paddle 1,000, but paddle 1,000 as fast as they can, so I figured if we can paddle 1,000 as fast as we can 52 times, then you're going to be very close to the winner. So basically that's a real basic line of it. We use 5 training zones, and at 5 different speeds, just like any car. So I believe you have to have all those speeds to win 1,000 or 52,000 metre race. So it's just consistency and using intervals, and seems to have success in all sports.
Yeah, I mean, I think you told me if you can do, if you can do 1,000 meters fast, you can probably do you can do the longer distance at a percentage of that probably. So if you can improve your top speed, you also improve your average speed on a longer distance basically.
Yes, for sure. It's like you got to start if you paddle, and that's exactly how I model my new training program. It's what you call your functional threshold pace or speed. So that would be done over 1,000. So you can hold 6 minutes for 1,000. That's 10 kilometers an hour. And if you can do that 52 times on a prone paddleboard, you're going to go close to winning the race.
So do you do like the full distance at all in the training, or like not really? Like
I build up, and in the past we've always done it, like the Jamie Mitchell's years, we've always gone up to 52 or around 55 hours paddle. With the new program, it's not. I've only gone to 45, but mostly around 40. But,
this is all kilometers.
Kilometers, yeah.
American.
But yeah, we just progress that with the weeks of training, so do the intervals during the week, and then build up on the weekends progressively towards the race and to a peak, and a couple of weeks paper, then we're there here in Hawaii, which is the best place to do it. And yeah, you build your confidence and your fitness at the same time, so you know what you're capable of, you know what your functional threshold pace feels like, so when you go out in the race, you have to have the confidence in yourself and not get caught up in the first 10 kilometres of the race and kind of go too fast and pay for it later on, because as we know the Molokai channel, it makes you pay in the last quarter of the race.
Right. Yeah. It's the pacing yourself is really important. I made that mistake to go out too hard. So Eric, you're gonna do it on the foil. You come close. So you're gonna do it on the foil, and it's the first time that they're doing really the foil division in the Molokai race, right?
Yeah.
Who else is in that division?
I think, well, I'm not sure. I've missed someone,
yeah,
probably, but I think Kai, the Spencer brothers, Ryan Fung, Tomo, my Japanese friend. I don't want to do the list because I miss someone, but Armstrong, we're like 8 or 9.
Okay.
So, yeah, sorry if I forgot someone.
Yeah, no worries. So, and the plan is to start you at the same start line as the stand-up, right?
Yeah.
So you probably have to paddle out to the wind line first.
Yeah, I think that like the whole race will be hard, and the first kilometers will be very hard.
Is your strategy to just get up on the foil right away and try to pump out to the wind line, or are you gonna try it? Like, I guess it depends on the conditions.
No, well, I've had a few experiences of foil racing in France, where we start from the same line and on a very flat start. And my experience is that I need to take it easy at the start, because otherwise, if you burn your legs in the first 5 kilometers, it's you won't be able to do the full race.
Yeah, it's a long race, right?
Well, for me, I will probably take it easy at the start,
okay,
and enjoy the bumps in the middle.
And then at the end, you might have to paddle again on
flat.
On the board. Cool.
Yeah, I think like for foiling, it's really, because it's easy to do downwind foiling. It's easy, just cruising. When you have good conditions, you just go with the wind. But the Molokai race, it will be a whole different race, and it's probably the biggest challenge I signed in for a long time.
So far, yeah, that sounds like a big challenge. And it's not really straight downwind too. People think the Molokai race is just a straight downwind run, but it's not. You're kind of quartering the wind the whole way, right? So, so you made a video in French about how to pump up on a foil. So maybe we can do. You can explain it to us in English. How like you're one of the first guys who was able to kind of pump the foil up on a foil in flat water. So tell us how you did that. What are the tricks? How do you do that?
Well, I've made a couple of videos on YouTube. One is a quick explanation on how to take off on the flat, and the other one is in French, and I'm explaining how to pump the foil, how to keep like surfing or paddling, how to keep the board up on the foil. And basically what I was saying is the biggest mistake people do is they think pumping is pushing the foil down. So when they're on the foil, they try to push it down and they expect it to go up, and it's actually reversed. So when we pump, what we try is to unweight the foil. So the foil, if the foil has a constant speed, if you put less weight on it, it will go up. So this is what we try to do. We have one speed, and we try to unweight the foil so it goes up. The only thing we want to do is unweight and keep the board flat. So it's the same. We don't try to push on the back foot. If you push on the back foot, the board goes like this, the foil goes like this, and it sinks, and it just breaks. It breaks the foil. So we want to keep the foil flat, unweight it, and it naturally goes up. Once it's up, back the weight again, but without pushing, you just stand again, and with stand it goes down. You unweight, it goes up. And when it goes up, it naturally goes a little bit like this, so you have this motion, but this is not something you're looking for, it's something natural. As you unweight, it naturally goes a little bit like this. So I think the biggest mistake is people think pumping is pushing it down.
Right.
If you push it down, it will never go up.
Yeah.
So this is
explain how you unweigh the board, like how you lift it up actually.
Yeah, well, this is what you see in the videos, the guys like with the arms.
Yeah.
So what you try is like you crunching down, and you just try without pushing down. You just try to like with your waist, try to pull your waist up, like if someone was pulling you from the back, and then you play a little bit with the arms, but you have to be very, very gentle so that you don't push the board down. You just try to go up and up and up. So, while you're foiling, I think it makes sense to you.
I can foil in the waves, and that totally makes sense. Like the way I think of it, sometimes it's kind of like having it, like I heard it explained like that. If you have a barrel in front of you, and you kind of want to lift over the barrel and roll back down on the other side. That's kind of, you have to jump onto the barrel and then you roll down with it. Like basically on the way down, you accelerate, and on the way up, you just lift up the board basically. That's kind of how it works, right? More or less. Yeah. So, but it's a little bit like, I don't know if you can skateboard and do an ollie. That's kind of what you're doing, is it kind of popping the board up.
Yeah, but actually, when you do ollie, you have this back foot pressure,
push on the back foot.
and this is what you don't have when you foil.
Right.
Actually, sometimes you see the guys, the back foot when they pump, they put it a little bit more forward, a little bit more on top on the mast, and maybe sometimes even a bit forward on the mast, so they make sure that they won't push down with the foot.
Right.
It's only
you don't put too much pressure. So like the transition, like I've never been able to paddle from flat water to get the thing up on a foil. Like what's the secret sauce? Like I mean, what's just to get it up out of the water? That's what.
Yeah, you need first you need a big foil.
Yeah.
But if you have a small foil, it won't work. And then it's about timing. It plays in 3 or 4 paddle strokes, even less. And a smaller board helps a lot. And a light board helps a lot. And then you have to coordinate. What I do is I put one very, very strong stroke, and then one or 2 very strong strokes, and I try to keep the board flat. Well, the secret in foil is keep the board flat. Don't try to put the board like this or like that. Keep the board flat. The foil works when it's flat. So I try to keep the board flat. I do one strong stroke, another one very strong, and on the third one, as I pull my stroke, I unweight myself. Okay, so always the same story.
So I do one it's strong, like the stroke and the unweighing comes at the same time.
And the third stroke, I unweight myself.
Yeah.
Keep the board flat, and you feel at that point the foil that starts working.
Yeah.
And if at that point the foil starts working, on the next stroke, I go up again. And then like in 5 strokes you should be in the air. If you're not in the air after 5 strokes, you can
take a break.
Stop and recover.
Yeah, I mean, and I find like people think downwind foiling is going to be easy, but like because they watch like Kailani do it or something, but I can tell you right now, downwind foiling is really challenging, especially when you're starting out. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to catch the bumps, and then to stay on the bump, it's like a whole different way of reading the bumps, because you have to always connect from one to the other without coming off the foil, you know. So it's, I'm still learning it myself, but I have a lot of respect for you guys that can connect for miles and miles. So still working on that.
Yeah, and the way you use your energy is very different, because it's all or nothing. Right. So or you're flying, it's good. If you're not flying, you're dying. So you can on a 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers. It's not a big problem, because you finish, you're tired. But on a 50 kilometers, you can like, I never had this sensation that this race, the Molokai race, I may be not able to finish. You know, like I know that on the standard paddleboard, at some points I was tired, but I just paddled slower. I paddle slower, I recover, and then I attack again. But on the foil, you cannot go slower. You have to keep flying. So if you're flying good, it's not very tiring. But if you struggle to fly because you have to go a bit crosswind and everything, it gets very tiring. And in 2-3 minutes, you can kill yourself on the race.
Right.
So it's it will be done. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to open it up a little bit, make it interactive. So I'm going to see if anybody here had some questions. Anybody? Let's see. If you guys have a question, you can just tell us on Facebook. Ask us a question. Otherwise, I'm going to have some more questions for them. I hope you can hear us okay. It's kind of an experiment, so let's see.
Unweighting, talking about, you actually do that on the stand-up board and a front board. You actually do that. You get on a runner.
Yeah.
Like especially like on your out here. It's a Waikiki running. We were just playing around. I was teaching a few guys who we're just playing around. You go on a runner and kind of on your knees and you kneel up real high, like really high, and take the weight off the board. The board just takes off.
Yeah.
And I know on the stand up, down, stand up. It's the same thing. You get on a runner and you unweight. It's like stalking too. You unweight the board and you go fast. But it's probably magnified that.
Yeah, I think foiling is actually a very good training for all sports. Because as you say, it magnifies a lot of aspects that maybe you did naturally, or maybe you did without being conscious of it. Yeah. But once you foiling, you have to do it, make it work, and then you can transfer it back to the other sports. So it's very good.
So tell us a little bit about your board. This is your design foil board?
Yes, I don't know if...
maybe just bring it into the... Hey, if any of you guys have questions, now is the time to ask questions.
Yeah,
but this is Eric's board.
Yeah. You see it? So it's my new red board. I used to be unlimited board on the Molokai race. And this is my new unlimited board. So it's a 6.6 by 23. And the SIC pad. It's actually a custom.
Who shaped it?
And so I designed it.
Okay.
And I designed it specifically for downwind. So you can see it's not, it's quite round here. We cannot really see it, but it's quite round here. So when the board goes down on the water, I can fly very low. When it's very choppy and you have a lot of speed, you don't want to be too high because you want to crash. So sometimes you want to be safe, keep flying, but fly low. With this board, with this design, I can fly very low, and if it touches the water, it's no problem. It doesn't lose speed. If I'm carving and I'm very low on the water, if the side touches the water, it's the same. It doesn't lose speed, and you don't feel it. If it has a hard race, then the rail catches the water, and you lose all control. With this board, you can touch the water everywhere, and I keep the whole control on the foil. And what I've done too is here there's quite a lot of volume on the nose, because in France we don't have very good downwinds. So a lot of the time we have sections that we can't fly, and we need to be able to start again very fast. And with this volume, I can put a bit of pressure on the board. When it's choppy, there's water that can come on top of the nose, but the board pops up very easy.
So which wing are you using for the, today you're using, what's this, the Kai foil?
Not, yeah.
Oh, the Eva.
So I brought, for downwind I can use the Iwa or the M200.
Yeah.
And now we will go surfing, so I have the Iwa. But for the Molokai race, I will have the Maliko 200.
Yeah. All right, so we're getting ready to get in the water. I hope this worked. We'll post it online afterwards too, so you can always watch it later on our YouTube channel. Might be a little bit better quality than what we had on Facebook, hopefully. So thanks for watching, guys. Aloha. Talk to you later.
Actually, yeah. I never put the dimension to my board. I used the 22. I think it's
Testing.
Yeah, yeah, because like I've made it for downwind. I've made it it's always temporary. Like when the downwind is very thin, you just fly, it's no problem. But when it gets in choppy water, bad conditions, sometimes it's poor current, where ride it many times, you can like conquer it. And sometimes you at full speed is in a mine, there's stuff everywhere. So you want to be able to control your speed.
Yeah, okay.
And with the tail like this, with the pole like this, what I can do is actually I can touch the water and control my speed.
Yeah, slow it down.
And yeah, but I really have control, it's not with a flat. I can skim the surface, I can really control my speed.